Hello. Um. Okay, 30. Hopefully we both. Yeah. We got an error message pop up there. Hopefully everything is fine. I'm going second. I'm debating on the. I can see this is just a really bad card. It's just a really bad card. I got greedy there. Well, hey, look at that. That's great. I got greedy and it paid off. So I can play this on one. This trades into this favorably. They might have to GP there, but they're spending a total of 3 mana to kill 2, and I'm happy with that. So this was a much better card than the Imp. I mean, I'm happy with this in the opening hand, and this is good in the opening hand as well. We didn't want to draw Stack the Deck. It's a bad card, but there's a lot of bad cards in our deck, and hopefully they're holding some too. Okay. So this is a card for sure. We easily hit here. We play this. They likely take their turn off and do this. We do this. We play this. And it kind of works out. I don't see any line where they're just not hitting here. I think that's almost guaranteed. And then we just always trade. So, yeah. No surprise. They ping there. They go face. We trade. We get the 3/3 on board. And suddenly we're the ones with the initiative. And that's good. So, yeah. We're going second, but now we're the ones with the board initiative. We've only fallen behind 5 on health. Probably going to fall behind a little bit more with a dagger, but that's life. They've got 4 cards in hand, so I can play the Secrets Broker and draw a card. I know he can hit here and use his GP, but that does slow him down a little bit. We're just going to go ahead and go face. So this is perma-hidden. They can be patient with it if they would like. They can hit here, do this. Is certainly a line. They're going to go with the Spike T. That's fair. So now we've got a tough decision. Do we want to take a turn off and play Stack the Deck, which gives us a little, which puts us a little bit behind in momentum in the game, or do we want to use a Poison Dagger or Spike T on a 3/3? I'm going to try to make trade. We're just going to play Stack the Deck here. I don't like playing Stack the Deck, but they do draw more expensive cards, so that's the good news for us. You could have argued playing Poison Dagger there as a line, or Spike T as a line. Though, I don't know, I'm trying to get a little bit more value out of that. This line is also more mana efficient by me. Okay, so they're going to be able to peel this with that and a God Power. Makes sense. So we have access to 5 mana. We can pip and get access to 6. So we use our GP here. We didn't have a convenient play. However, if they do this and this, then we do this and this. So it kind of works out here. We want to save our pip for 8 because 8's a very key number in this game. We are down on momentum. We will get the next Sanctum pick in most scenarios because of where the Sanctum lies. There's a chance that they may play a dagger and kill this. That's definitely a line, or just attack and GP is a line as well. Yeah, they're going to play the dagger. Now the question for us is, do we want to play the dagger to counter them? And that might be better than just sitting here, because we're taking a lot of damage here. Spike T's a line. I hate to give up my pip here, but I think it's optimized to do so. Now there's a good chance I just do this. But we've got this and this for their later stuff. This is going to go face, or they could actually hit here and then remove is another line. We're going to go down to probably 8. We're just a little bit behind, and we've been just playing a little bit of a catch up here. Okay, they have that. They have that as well. All right. So the best card in the Sanctum is definitely the Battle Oryx. We've got options here. Now, granted, at 7, they're very likely to have Juggernaut. They had a really good turn there. Notice how they went very wide. We can play the Spiked T, and then these become confused. I think just trading here is optimized because we can just use the GP. We can get this in play. Now, the problem with this line is that they have Juggernaut, which is only a 1 of inclusion, so there's about a 50% chance they have it. We kind of get wrecked here. We take 5, we go to 3, then we spiked T. Yeah, I think if they've got Juggernaut, we just lose. It comes down to whether this hits here or not. Well, actually, it doesn't necessarily because these will get confused, but with this in the Sanctum, it's difficult. So they should just actually cheat here and just go face. They win if they just go face here because they've got this in the Sanctum. But they don't. They instead take a slower line here. So that's going to give us the smallest bit of hope. I want to emphasize smallest because it's still looking pretty bad for us here. So I can play the Juggernaut. I can't play the Juggernaut because I can't kill both of these. I have to remove both of these. So the play here is to play Spike T here. Hope this hits here. If this misses, this is confused and can still hit here. No, it can't hit there because, yeah. So they just GP here, they win. I don't have anything else I can do, so they should take game 1 here. They can GP, go face with this, and Valve Champions, and that's game. Oh, wait. I forgot to intern. Yeah. There's just nothing we can do here. This GP, face, and Valve Champions is lethal. And folks, that is game number 1. We need to win the next 2, otherwise we're done in the starter tournament. So we lost game number 1. We now have game number 2. We have to win games number 2 and 3. Just went second that game. They had a well-curved draw. We were somewhat competitive, but they were precise with their play and precise with their draw. We had that one turn where we played stack the deck. That cost us the game. If we had a better option that turn, we could have come back and won this. Stack the deck is one of the worst cards in the deck. We're going second again, and all this is terrible. Unless they low roll on their draw, we've probably already lost the game. It's that bad. So I'm pipping on 1 to just GP here, just out of desperation. Realistically, we don't win this game in almost any scenario. We've committed ourselves to just GPing here next turn. It's not a good move. It's not a good line, but we are in a lot of trouble here. All right, the Barb Portcullis can provide some value. We're almost always playing that next turn. Already got 2 8-drops in hand. They've got a pretty decent start here. Yeah, this is looking like a lost cause already. I think this slows him down the most. You could have argued playing Barb Portcullis. The problem is if he has the dagger on 4, he curves and hits me for 6. And that's a very likely card for him to have in the spot. Next turn, I can play this and pip this out, which is a line, which can hopefully slow them down a tad. I would really love a nothing turn from them here. We don't get our wish. That is a very effective turn. I have to play Spike T to get rid of this. Playing this into that just gets eaten and then it regens. And there's just no line other than that. So I had to do what I did there. They're just coming at us with tons of speed. Honestly, there's just no way for me to have a chance in this game. It's what makes starter decks so frustrating is games like this are just predetermined as long as your opponent doesn't really mess up. And they have not been making the critical mistakes that we need them to make. And this is not going to end positively. There's just nothing we can do. I mean, our hand is just atrocious. This is the worst card in the starter deck. And these we're just not going to live to get to them. They've got too much speed. They've drawn on curve. They went first and drawn on curve. If you can do that in starter deck, you're going to win every time. I think they're just going to try to go face. That's a line. It's actually very risky for them to play this way because they're giving me a kind of a chance to sneak back into this game. This guy's confused. So, I mean, I'm probably going to need him to miss, but we're going to trade here, play the Rotting Mount. Really the only line we have here. We don't take this out because of the Afterlife. Now they can hit here, but we don't really have much we can do next turn. And we might be wasting our ransom next turn, but that's fine. If we can live to 8, there's chances. Not likely chances, but there's chances. They might cheat and try to go face again, but this guy can miss. So they're not getting as far. Okay, they've got the Poison Dagger. So what they should do is cheat here, dagger the 6/5, and then yeah. They find it. So since they're finding the correct moves, we have no chance. Is basically what I'm trying to say here. And yeah, I'll give you a hint. Out of the cards that we could have drawn in our deck, that was one of the worst. I'm not saying that we have a chance in this game, because we don't. I'm just doing that to slow the tempo down. It's a really bad sign where our best play there is Ransom. I mean, stack the deck, there's just nothing we can get there that helps. It's just really, really bad. So Ransom, and they could just flat out play the minion and just trade these if they want to. But they can do whatever they want here. Okay, Enraged Ally, they're just going to go face with this. They're going to play the Enraged Ally. I'll be at 4. And our outs are non-existent here. Wild Hog, they just cheat here and they win. There's nothing. So we're out of the starter deck tournament. We finished in the absolute worst possible position. Top 64, you get no prizes and had to suffer through the most starter deck content possible. So this sucks. Hopefully the TS tournament goes better for me tonight.